At this point, you should have all of your leaf cutouts sunken in this chamber. Now what you need to do is you need to see me, and I'll help you out with a light source. The light source that you receive from me will look similar to this. As you can see, this is metal. The light will make this hot, so be careful with touch. And I'm going to give you a stand to kind of turn it on. Once you have that stuff all set, you can go ahead, you can turn on your light. This is the light that we're going to use to give energy to the plant in this cup. All right, I'm going to turn off the light so you can see a little bit. What we need to do, you have that light on. We're now going to put our thumb back over this top part so water doesn't leak out. I guess that's going to just hold it over the top. And we want to gently, I guess probably will work best if I do this, angle it down. We want to get these discs into this cup. I'm going to do that, pour them all in there, and you'll notice that they are sinking in this cup. They're down at the bottom. What we need to do is we need to record how long it takes for those cutout discs to rise to the top or to float. You're going to need a timer to do this. And you're simply just every minute, just count how many of these discs are floating. So I'm going to turn on my light, press start, and we're going to go a minute or so. Can't really see my phone because of the light. But we're going to go a minute just so you can see me start to fill in this data table. Got another 45 seconds before I need to record. I don't see anything happening with the leaf cutouts. None of them are floating yet. I wouldn't expect any to float for several minutes. Another 15 seconds. And when 1 minute is up, I'm actually going to turn off this light so you can see when I'm writing. You would not. You would just leave this right where it is. You don't even need to stop your timer. So I have 1 minute exactly right now, and it looks like none of them are floating. You'll see my timer is still running. So after 1 minute, how many were floating? 0. Once this gets to 2 minutes, I'd record how many are floating. I would expect maybe something to happen by the time you get to like maybe the 7 or 10 minute mark. So if you have like say 2 floating here, this number will only get bigger. You're counting how many total are floating at the top. So 2, 3, 5, 7. You'll notice that my number is continually getting larger. And that's because I have to include these 2 as I count this, the total number floating at the top of this cup. If 15 minutes has passed and you still have some that are not floating, we are going to assume that those will not float at all, and we're just going to cut it off at 15 minutes. We will call your data collection done. Do not worry about this for the time being, the rate. We will calculate that later. Do not worry about the covered cup. We're going to do one in dark so we can compare how many float in the light versus in the dark. I will do this data. I will share this with the class. Your task as your group is to collect that data. Once you're done, bring your cup to me. I'll dispose of the water. I'll dispose of the cutout leaflets, and you will be done with your data collection part.